One.
Hello, this is the Shut Up, I'm Right podcast with your host, Parker Onks, and me, Atlee Pollock. This is the podcast where we argue about things we have no idea about anything we argue about. And, uh, yeah, so our topic today is what is 2% milk? And, do humans have instinct? So, Parker, what are your thoughts on that?
All
Why
right.
don't you
Well,
start
hold
with
on.
that
First of all, which one are we tackling
We're
first?
gonna, we're
Which
gonna start with
topic?
the first one. What is 2% milk?
Okay. All right. So hold on. So we must set up some rules here, right, for the podcast. So the rules are you may not look this up on Google, right,
Yeah,
or the internet.
I'm
Uh,
staring at MS Paint right now. Look at
yes,
this.
you can, however, draw in MS Paint. And the only thing I think we can both agree on to look up on Google is definition of key terms. Okay?
Yeah, makes sense. I can agree with that.
Makes sense. So, so, let's get to the topic at hand. 2% milk, and what is it? All right. Would you like to go first, or should I?
You should go first.
I should go first. Okay. Well, 2% milk, I think, is uh where they take milk and they make it 2% water. That's my guess.
All right. See, I know for a fact that 2% milk is 2% fat, but I have
Oh,
no idea. I
oh,
know that.
that's
I know
you know
that for
what?
a fact.
I feel stupid now.
Yeah, it's 2% fat.
Oh,
But
why
I
did
have.
I?
But
Okay.
how do you? But how do you just take out 98% of the fat of milk? Right?
Well, you cut the cow.
you, cut, you, you, you cut out 98% of the udder, and so it only produces
Oh,
2%.
that's what I would have thought.
Oh, oh, well, that's something to think about.
Well, okay, hold on. So 2% milk. There's okay. So you know it's 2% fat. With the
I know.
wait, what is whole milk then? A whole fat? It can't
I
be.
think
It can't
it's
be.
oh my,
It can't be. There's no way that that's 2% fat.
maybe they took out 98% of the fat of milk.
I don't believe
Would that make sense?
that's not how that works.
Like whole milk is just straight from the cow, I assume,
Wait,
right?
there's no. It can't be straight from the cow. There's no way that someone is sticking their mouth underneath an udder and drinking.
Well,
That's
I
not
mean,
whole
like
milk,
it's
right?
probably like it's like pasteurized. Like it's like the cow pasteurized and then sold, right?
Okay.
And then I assume that or like regular milk is like from the cow. Uh, they cut out the like some of the fat and then uh, I don't know.
Yeah, but how do you cut out the fat?
I don't chemicals. I don't know. You take all the fat out and then put some back in.
Okay, see, my extent of knowledge of milk is that they get it out of the cow and then they boil it, right? That
Okay, that's
to
pasteurization, right?
right.
Okay,
I think.
I think
And
yeah,
so,
it makes sense to me.
d is 2% milk more like I will boil it longer?
Maybe that makes sense.
Because then the more it boils, the more fat comes out? Well, that's okay.
Wouldn't that
Hold
ruin
on.
the milk? Like,
What?
wouldn't that ruin the milk? Wouldn't that like take the milk out of it? Like you're boiling the fat out, but also some of the milk, right?
What is milk?
I don't know. I don't know. I know you can make cheese out of it. I know it comes from a cow, and you can make butter out of it. Oh, furthermore, what is buttermilk? How do you even get
Oh,
buttermilk? Because buttermilk's a thing. So what
buttermilk
is
is a
butter?
thing.
Do they just put a stick of butter inside milk?
I would assume so. Just
But
melts the butter.
but isn't butter made out
All
of
right,
milk?
here's my issue with today's society. We
Okay.
don't name things the things that they're named. Like they're made out of. Like why is a bench called a bench? Nobody knows. Why is buttermilk called buttermilk? Obviously, it would have been
You
because
must put
butter.
butter in it. There must be butter
There
in it
must be
in
butter in
some
it,
shape or
but
form.
okay, but that's my thought, right? But I don't think that's how that works. Just like whole milk. I guess, like, why do we name it whole milk? It's not whole milk. Watch, we're gonna look it up afterwards. We're
We're
gonna
gonna
find out it's
at the
just
very
milk.
at the end of the podcast we'll look up
Yeah,
what
well,
okay.
we have to. We
Um
have to give
so
these
we have to have a
viewers some
conclusion of some
conclusion.
kind.
Yeah.
Okay, but what is almond milk then?
Oh,
Because
I
almond
oh I know this easy. They just milk almonds. It's just like a cow. They walk over the almonds and they squeeze the udders on them.
I know my friend Ryan makes jokes about almond farmers sucking up all the water in California. I know that. So do you think you know how people
Uh,
always complain that cows use too much water? Do you think they like put a bunch of
Wait, who's
almonds in
saying?
water?
Wait, whose main gripe with cows is that they use up too much water? I thought the main gripe was that they
Vegans.
fart.
The main gripe is that no, because
They create
uh
methane.
yeah, but no, the argument is for every like pound of meat,
Yeah.
it costs like a certain amount of water and food to like raise the cow, right?
Mhm.
And so the it's like, well, if we all switch over to plants, we would be using less water to create more food. It's like a more efficient. It's more efficient to have a bunch of plants than have a bunch of cows. Is what the argument is, right?
Okay.
And that's one of the arguments that vegans use. My question is, do they just put a bunch of almonds in water, and do the almonds somehow convert the water into almond milk?
It's through
Like,
photosynthesis.
do the almonds secrete milk,
I mean, oh, no. Okay, hold on.
or do you think we mash them up into like paste and then mix it with water?
My real answer would be that you mash them up into brown. Out of the way. Soy mixed in milk, right? What is wrong with these names? Why can't we say almond milk and we go, oh yeah, it's just made of a shit ton of almonds, right? Or soy milk,
Why
it's
not
just
just like
made.
almond drink? Why can't we just call it almond drink? It tastes like milk. Doesn't matter,
Does it
right?
taste
Just
like
call it
milk?
almond. I don't know.
I don't think it tastes like milk.
Let me look at the different types of milk. Am I allowed to do different types of milk?
I think I can make an exception.
Different types of milk. All right. Let's see. Is but what's whole milk then? I don't.
What's whole
Parker?
milk?
No, because there's apparently something called raw milk. That's raw,
Okay, but
straight
see,
raw milk.
that makes sense. That it's raw milk, right? Like
Yes.
the straight from the other udder. That makes sense right there. But with the
So then, but what's whole milk then?
right, we're left at the same problem. Okay, see, I'm gonna.
What is? What the fuck? And don't people drink like goat milk and shit?
Yeah, well, okay, well, goat milk is just the same as regular milk, right? Just made from goats.
Wouldn't it taste different?
Yeah. I mean, goat cheese tastes different than regular cheese, right?
I
Theoretically.
don't think goat cheese is from goats. Is goat cheese from goats?
It's goat cheese. What would it be from?
But
The
isn't that like
Himalayans? What?
Parker?
Are they?
You're lacking out right now. I missed it. I heard Himalayans.
Oh,
I heard.
do they make the goat cheese out of Himalayans? No. No, it's called goat cheese because it's from goats. Why is
I,
this a hard
I
concept?
I think goat cheese comes from cows.
No,
I think
why does goat cheese come from cows? Why would that
because
be true?
I feel like cows produce more milk, and so people have they can okay. Hear me out, right?
Yeah,
Goats
alright, what?
probably don't produce as much milk as cows do, right? So I feel like farmers have used cow milk and just put shit in it to make it taste like goat goat cheese, right? Um,
Okay, no.
because it's just it probably cheaper, I
No,
think.
no, okay.
Because
Here's
you never
can I
hear of goat
propose
farm.
here,
Okay,
let me
yeah.
just propose a counter theory. Some idiot was out in the wild and he was like, I want milk.
I want to suck the
Right.
tail of a
I
goat.
want milk, but my wife's not giving me any, and the cow's not giving me any. So let's just go over this goat and get some.
My wife's not giving me any. And that let's just okay. But so what about human milk? Isn't there like a new market for human milk? I remember
Yeah,
hearing that.
there was some New York restaurant or something that opened up a uh a place based on human milk.
Oh,
Yeah, like the whole place is stuff made out of human milk, which is disgusting.
is it disgusting though?
Yeah?
I don't think it's super disgusting. I mean, we drink cow milk. Like, how's it like? If anything, drinking cow milk is more disgusting than human milk.
Yeah. I mean maybe.
Yeah, and maybe are two very different answers. Because think about it. Would you have sex with a cow, Parker?
What?
Would you have sex with a
Why
cow?
is this
Seriously?
we were talking about eating
No,
shit?
yeah, but no, because if you have sex with a cow, right?
No,
It's
I'm not going
if
down this
you
road with you.
no, because hear me out. Like a woman, right?
Yeah.
She produces milk, and a
Yeah.
female cow also produces milk, right? You're drinking the like
What's
what
a
is it
male
called?
call a cow called?
A bowl. It's a bowl.
Oh God.
You can't have bowl milk, Parker, unless you want that. I don't think there's a market for bowl milk, and if it is, it's probably very small.
No, I don't think there should be restaurants made from
I,
human milk. I'm sorry.
I mean, if it's sanitary,
What?
I don't think there's a restaurant made from human milk. I feel like a building made entirely out of milk
No.
would not hold up structurally.
I'm sorry. I love women, but I'm gonna keep them out of my pasta. I'm sorry. All right?
Yeah, my pasta.
You get out of my pasta.
Pasta is for the men. Only men can have the pasta. That's why. That's why we have big noodles, right, Burger?
I don't want to go down this route anymore. I
Small
don't know
noodles.
why we turned down this road.
Um. So we have raw milk.
Yeah.
We have lactose. What is lactose? I remember here like when you're lactose intolerant,
Mhm.
right? When you're lactose intolerant, that means your body cannot break down lactose, right?
Yeah.
And then
The
so
chemical lactose.
yeah. So lactose free milk. How do you think they remove lactose from milk?
Boil it.
Is that how they remove everything?
It's really efficient.
Personally, I think they use Oompa Loompas. Makes sense to me.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
that's more plausible
Do,
than boiling it.
do the Oompa Loompas boil the milk? Is it a combination of the two, do you think?
Maybe.
Oh, possibly. Milk's very
All right,
interesting.
hold on. All right. I'm gonna look up exactly what lactose is. I want to know.
Alright, that's fair. I'll let it slide.
All right.
Breaking our own
The
rules on our first
sugar
podcast.
present in milk.
So you're ruining the best part of milk, because milk's very sugary. Right? Am I right? You're
I
lagging, I can't hear you here. You're breaking up.
no, I don't even think that there is. Look, before today, I didn't even think there was sugar in milk. All right.
There is sugar in milk. There's a lot of sugar in milk. I know, because you look at it, it's like 26 grams. That's why it's so good. I love milk. I love milk and pretzels.
What?
I like milk and pretzels.
What is wrong with you?
Actually, I'm gonna fucking get Hmm. After this podcast, I'm gonna get some milk and pretzels. Yum, 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 yum. They're so good, dude. All right, pretzel crisps. Right,
Yeah.
take 2 pretzels crisps, put them in your mouth. Take
No.
a swig of milk. Take a swig of milk. Best thing you ever had.
Best thing?
Best thing you ever had. It's so good. I love
Really?
pretzel crisps with milk. Yeah,
Huh.
I'm not even fucking with you right now.
Damn.
Yeah, just saying. It's my favorite snack. Whole milk too, because I want it straight from the cow, but not straight from the cow because apparently whole milk is not straight from the cow. We learned that raw milk is apparently.
Right, raw milk is apparently straight from the cow. Okay.
Well, that's what we assume. We don't know because we can't look it up. We just look at the different types of milk. We don't know.
So let me get this straight. That's all we know.
We don't. Yeah,
That's all we
that's
know.
all we know.
We are you shitting
What's
me?
skim milk? What's skim milk then?
Well, okay, skim milk is the stuff that you drink when you've all run out of the rest of the milk because it's
Is
so
it like the shit?
goddamn
Is it like the
disgusting.
pus? Is it like the pus
I
from the milk?
assume so from tasting it. I put some skim milk in my cereal and I had to throw away the rest of the cereal because I couldn't eat it anymore.
Really? It just tastes
I
like
hate
shit.
skim milk, alright? It's just okay. See, all right. You asked me what 2% milk is, and I stupidly answered 2% water. No, skim milk is just 100% water with white food coloring in it. That's all that
Wait,
it is.
how do you think they make powdered milk? Isn't
I
that a
did.
thing?
Is that?
That's a thing, right? Like formula, like you give it to kids. You give kids formula, all right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking up all the. So apparently here
All
go.
right.
Oh my god. Okay. Here I'm gonna go through the list of milk, right? The healthiest types of milk. We have almond milk, right? We talked about that. Soy milk. We have rice milk. Uh, hemp milk. Flax. I mean,
Wait.
we have
Milk.
hemp milk. Yeah, best for mashed potatoes, according to this website. Very nutty and watery with a thin texture. There you go. Hemp milk.
Oh,
For all
okay.
you stoners out there,
I can tell
there
you
you go.
100% of our audience is going to be stoners.
I hope so. It'd be amazing.
I can't wait to get people who call in.
Oh, I can't wait. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So we have flax milk,
We do
right?
have flax
Made
milk.
from flax. We have hazelnut. We have coconut. Coconut's pretty. We have oat milk, cashew, goat, skim. Oh, there you go. For skim, they have tastes watery and bland.
See? There we go. It's
Best
just
for
water.
a
I
best for
rest
a
my case.
dose of protein. It doesn't. You can't even cook it with anything. This is best for dose of protein.
That's it.
That's all it says.
What have we come to? What world
I
what world
just put water, put milk in some water.
who in the world was like, "You know what? My milk tastes too good. I need more water in it." Like I
My milk
need you
is
to
so good.
dilute it completely with water. Make this weird texture. You know what's the craziest thing?
What?
I had relatives who lived in the South. You know what they did to their milk?
What do they do to their milk?
Since seems to be a milk themed podcast, they put ice cubes in their milk.
Yeah, I know that. I know people do that.
Why?
It's weird. I don't know. There's condensed milk and evaporated milk. Wait, what? Powder milk, flavored milk, organic milk, skimmed milk, semi skimmed milk. What are we getting into? What is this? What kind of like witchcraft?
Your guess is as best as mine. I don't know.
Oh man, I didn't think we'd be talking about milk this much.
All right, hold on. All
This
right,
is making me upset.
we'll close
What
the
is
milk
evaporated? No,
debate.
before we go with the end, what the
Okay.
fuck is evap? Is this because okay? So you boil the milk,
Yeah.
and do they just have like a strainer up in the top and it takes all the evaporated milk and they sell that too.
No, no, you can't sell evaporated milk.
They have it right here.
No, but I can only believe that that's something like
Okay,
what the
here,
astronauts have.
here. This is what it says.
All right.
All right, because I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm looking at the website now.
Mhm.
This is sterilized and concentrated form of a milk that is produced by evaporating milk. The milk is heated and evaporated at 65 degrees, then is homogenized and therefore cooled. This milk cans and sealed. There you go. What the
What?
fuck? What the fuck? I told you.
who
And then sold at
who
a
goes?
grocery.
I need mom or wife, honey. I need you to go
Get
to the
some
store.
evaporated milk.
I need you to pick up a can. Now it's gonna say evaporated milk. It's gonna feel really light, but I need you to bring that home. I'm gonna open it up and just sniff it. That's all I want to do.
Is it okay? Remember Spaceballs? Remember the movie
Yeah.
Spaceballs, right? There's a scene in that movie where they sniff air, right?
Mhm.
Didn't China start selling air? On a side note,
Oh yeah,
China
yeah, yeah,
started selling air because the air quality was so shit, right?
yeah.
So I guess if you wanted flavored air, you could have the evaporated milk.
Probably.
But like, then who in their right mind would choose milk as their flavor of air? like, oh, all right, I can choose any aroma to be in the air, and I choose milk. I want there to be milk
Well,
everywhere.
here's my question. Does evaporated milk go bad?
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, do
Is
you open it
evaporated
up?
milk?
Do you open it up one day and you just go, "Oh God, it's expired."
I have a better question. Are ghosts made out of evaporated?
What?
Yeah,
I
think
don't
about
even
it.
believe in ghosts to begin with.
But if ghosts are real, are they made out of evaporated?
I mean, I could
Are
only
they
assume.
are they the souls of the lost cows, the dead cows?
Yeah.
Put and they float around, going. Is that why they keep going boo? Because it's just a different form of moo.
All right, I'm gonna close up our milk debate.
All right.
Milk. We're gonna
All
type
right.
in milk into Google and see what we come up with.
All right. All right.
All right, milk
I'm gonna
makeup.
look
Hold
up.
on, there's.
No, that's a whole other topic.
Oh God! All right. Here we go. Hold on.
What is 2% milk? We just have to look that one up. All right, Parker, what do you have?
Oh, am I okay? Milk. Okay. Uh, there we go. Fantastic. What is two milk? Whole milk is milk that came from a cow and contains about 3.5% milk fat. Low fat
Okay.
milk is two types, 2% and 1%. 1% and 2% designated refer to the percentage of fat by weight that the milk has. Nor non-fat and skim milk must be by law containing less than 0.5% milk fat. So that was the rest of
But how do you get that amount of
the,
fat out of there? Is
this
the
raises
question.
more questions than it answers.
Well, all right. Well,
Okay,
I
hold on.
guess a viewer will have to look it up on their own because we're gonna move on to the next topic.
No, hold on. I'm
Okay.
interested. How to
Okay.
get hold on. How to get 2% milk. Here we go. Let's see. How is 2% milk made?
Parker,
Yeah.
you're just being quiet on a podcast. We gotta move on to the next topic.
Hold on. 2% milk. Give
Parker,
me
you
a
can't
second.
just sit quietly looking at while you look at a thing on what 2% milk is.
Ah! It doesn't tell me how it's made, and
Uh,
it doesn't tell me what the rest of milk is.
That's the magic of milk.
Oh my God. Nope,
All right.
none of these give me an answer. Move on.
All right. we're moving on to the next topic, which is, do humans have instinct?
Okay. All right.
Want me to start this one off?
Yeah,
Or you
you
start the
can
last
you
one?
can start it off. Yeah.
I got this question from my sociology professor.
Okay.
He said humans don't have instinct, and I think I agree with him. Um,
I think both of you are wrong.
yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I do.
What do humans instinctually do?
Sex.
Sex. Are we gonna go into this on our first podcast? Are we gonna talk about sex on our first podcast?
Well, no, there's several things that humans instinctively do.
Okay.
Like, okay, so if you walk into let's just paint a picture here. You
Okay.
walk into a room
Okay.
and you smell something, right? Something,
Uh-huh.
something, and then you go, God, what does that smell, right? It's just disgusting, right? No one taught you that certain smells were disgusting. You smell a smell, and then you recognize that you don't like that smell instinctively because of evolution theoretically, right?
I
So
think
you don't
because
like human shit because
yeah,
evolutionarily
yeah, but
humans
some
could
people
not.
do. But some people do, and that's the issue.
Yeah, but
Some
just because.
humans do like that.
Hold
So
on,
you're
hold
saying
on.
people
J-
can't not be born with instinct. It must be it's hard coded into the DNA, right? Every dog can swim. You throw any dog into a pool, it will attempt to swim,
Hold on. First of
right?
all, not every dog can swim. Nuggets can't swim. Ones
No,
without legs can't swim. So.
oh my fucking! Then that's not a dog. That's a fucking sausage. That's a sausage.
Yes, humans have instinct. Are you kidding?
Humans
Wait.
don't. You can't throw. Okay, humans can't even walk without being taught, right? You have to teach a little kid how to walk. It will never learn on its own if you don't teach it, right?
What?
A
No,
kid will not.
I
There,
don't. I think that's a
there are
large
like
leap to make.
there are like documentaries of like the kid being like thrown into the woods, and so they don't ever walk properly. You know what I mean? Like raised by wolves.
I think. Okay, here's a
The
strong.
fucking car alarm goes off again. This guy's car alarm goes off every 5 minutes. I don't understand.
Look, you instinctively need to eat, right? You instinctively need to
Isn't
drink.
that just a reaction to your stomach growling?
Yeah, but your reaction to your stomach growling is I need to eat, which is
But
instinct.
I wouldn't argue that's an instinct.
What
I would
what would
argue
you argue?
that's a reaction.
How is that a reaction?
My stomach gurgles,
Right.
right? So, and half the time you don't even know why sometimes your stomach just hurts, right? You don't know what
Look,
that is.
these
But sometimes you're
small,
not hungry.
minute, like less than 1% of the time
But
is
less
an
than 1%.
exception to the rule. It doesn't make the rule.
No, but an instinct is like a law, right? It's hard coded into DNA. Every dog can swim. Is my strong argument here, and I'm going to stick with it. Every dog can swim.
Okay.
All right. Humans don't have anything that we're innately born with that we can do. We're like, you ever seen a baby? A baby can't do shit. It can barely hold itself up. Half the time, it can't even do that. That's why its neck flops around everywhere, and you gotta prop it up in like a booster seat. It can't even sit up on its own. And then by being around other human beings, it conforms and teaches and is taught how to be a human.
So let me get this argument straight.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the argument here is that every other animal, everywhere else, developed somewhere along their evolutionary line instinct. Yet humans somehow not.
Well, I could argue that certain animals. I mean, some animals have more instincts than others. I assume,
Okay, hold
right?
on,
Like
hold on. First of
bees.
all,
Bees rely entirely on instinct,
here,
right? Well, I think dogs do learn. Like you can teach a dog something. You know what I mean?
obviously, hold on. Obviously, we're arguing two separate definitions of instinct. So first,
Define
let's
instinct for me. Yes,
define
define. I
instinct.
think. Okay.
Because what I would classify as instinct, you would classify as a reaction. So, all right, instinct. Here we go.
Are you looking up instinct?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna look it up as well.
All right. Well, I was just gonna post it into the thing.
Okay. And
There's
then an innate typically fixed pattern of behavior in animals and in response to stimuli.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. So I would argue your stimuli of your stomach
Oh,
being
wait.
empty.
Take a second.
Okay.
Wait, be quiet. There's also an Instinct American drama series, just letting you know.
It looks like
Maybe
Nicolas
we should ask.
Cage on there, like a discount, like a
Doc,
Chinese
and
discount Nicolas
his
Cage.
name's Dr. Dylan
Oh God.
Reinhardt from Overwatch. So this guy is Dylan Reinhardt from Overwatch.
It's got a
Like-
56% on Rotten Tomatoes and 13 episodes.
I mean, 92% of people like this TV show.
Okay.
Google users.
Well,
I'm gonna dislike it.
all right, so hold on. So we've got our definition here, right? Our definition is
Okay,
an
yes.
innate, typically fixed pattern of behavior in animals in response to certain stimuli. So I would
Okay.
argue that the stimuli of your stomach being empty, you react or you have an innate sense that you need to eat. You need to, you have an innate sense once your bladder is full to use the restroom, right? That's my argument. I think that humans do have some things that they have instinct over innately.
Would you say like reactions are instinctual?
I think
Like
some reactions
if I
can.
throw a punch at you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then you react by moving your head.
Well, we have an
Right?
instinct
Which you
to
wouldn't do
avoid
because you have
pain.
terrible response
Right.
skills.
Well,
You just sit there, you get punched in the head. but if you hypothetically your body worked properly,
oh, I see.
and do you think that's an instinct?
I think it can be, yeah. If you were to throw a punch at me and I were to dodge it, I think that would be instinctively dodging pain. I think that's a
Okay.
reaction.
All right, but do you think instinct? Do you think in order for it to be an instinct, it has to be universal throughout the human like experience? Like every single human has to be born with it, minus like people with born with like deficiencies and like autism and like I guess like missing ligaments.
No,
like,
I
missing-
mean, I wouldn't argue that because it's very, very rare, if not impossible, to have all humans
yeah, almost like
born
humans don't have
exactly.
instinct. If it's not universal, so it's not an instinct.
No, I think
That's what I
most
learned
humans
today.
do. Nothing's universal.
There are
Some people are.
Well, they're not people. Then there's a vegetable, and we eat things within it.
I think
We mix them.
nothing's universal. There's some
we
people.
make milk out of.
There's some people who can't feel pain
I guess
with a
But those- I
genetic
wouldn't
disorder.
I wouldn't consider those human beings. I would
What?
consider those weapons of mass destruction.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I think most humans have evolved to have an instinct to eat, to sleep, to avoid pain.
But okay. When you're a baby,
Yeah.
right? And you're
Instinct
crying,
towards the majority of humanity.
we don't talk about fornication on this. Right?
Oh,
We
I
never
see.
talk about fornication.
Okay.
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 I'm talking about fornicating.
I think
especially
we have an
with
instinct towards good smells and bad smells.
I think all right. I think smells aren't an instinct. I think just bad smells burn your nose.
What?
And then your body's like, ah.
That's not at all. I don't think bad smells burn your nose.
If I smell mustard gas, it's gonna
No!
burn my nose.
All right, my question to you is, how often do you come into contact with mustard gas?
When I watch a 4D movie.
My scratch and
That
sniff
guy.
stickers.
There's a possible chance of death when you're watching a World War One movie because it just smells so.
No one,
We need to go back to instinct. Okay.
no one teaches you that this specific smell is bad. No one teaches you that you need to use the restroom. You do.
Wouldn't your parent? But like, okay,
It's a
okay,
bodily function, but I
like,
think you
okay. So
innately,
let's say you're a kid, right?
yeah,
And you're standing next to a dumpster, right?
okay,
And you're just standing there. You don't want to leave. You have this weird smell. It's a
yeah,
weird smell. But your
no,
mom goes, "Don't smell that. That's bad." Right?
yeah.
Right?
You had a weird childhood. I don't know why you're standing
Well,
next to a dumpster,
I'm.
or why your mom is
well,
saying that's
sometimes you get.
bad.
Well, sometimes you get hungry,
What?
right? And there's some leftover food in the dumpster.
All right, Atlee, why do you need to eat?
Because my parents taught me I should eat. Kids don't even eat. Babies don't eat. You have to physically shove food in their mouth.
Well, they cry because they're hungry and that they need
Yeah,
food.
but they don't know
They
why
don't
they're
understand
hungry.
the
They don't understand the
concept
concept
of
food,
food, but they know
right?
they need food.
They don't know what
They
food
have the
is. Exactly.
instinct
If you
that
had,
they
they
need
have the
nutrients.
no, they have the instinct that my stomach is hurting me, and I don't know why.
So they have an instinct.
And then no, and the parents know that if they shove food into that kid's mouth, it will shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So it's not an instinctual thing. It is my stomach hurts. I am crying because of it.
Okay,
Because
hold on,
the
hold on, hold on, hold on,
kids.
hold on. You're telling me no, 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 no. Hold on.
Okay.
First of all, here's a giant hole in your thing.
A giant hole. All
Giant
right.
hole.
How big is this hole?
Why do they cry as a reaction to their stomach being empty?
Because they're.
Did anyone teach them how to cry?
I'd say it's a reaction to
It's a reaction to pain. All right, let's
yeah.
take this further. How do they know what pain is? Let's say you got a brand new, freshly born baby.
Uh-huh. Well, what if the baby just doesn't have any pain receptors? Then
What?
it ain't. Yeah.
Wait. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Well, I made an argument
Yeah.
that there are some people born who don't feel pain.
Genetic
Right?
disorders, yes.
Yeah. So those kids wouldn't cry. So they
Wait,
don't
no.
know why they're.
No,
Yeah.
they still cry. Those
How do
babies.
you know? How do you know?
What?
Because their stomach doesn't hurt. Because they can't feel it. So how do they know they're hungry?
No, they don't. They don't. Okay, see, I disagree with your fundamental premise that the baby cries simply because its stomach hurts. The baby
Yeah,
cries because it needs food.
but it doesn't know what food is. If it's a
It
baby,
just knows it needs nutrients. You know why? You know why?
how?
Because
It doesn't even know
instinct.
the word nutrient.
What?
How does it know what nutrients are?
What? How
A
does it know?
0-year-old does not know what food
A
is.
0-year-old? Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It gets nutrients from the from
Come on, you know the
the
word.
I don't.
You know the word. You know the word. Come on.
Oh, the
This
cord.
the entire argument
It was
relies
so
on me knowing
close.
this word right now.
It was
The
so close.
cord.
The cord.
The
Umbrella.
umbilical
Umbilical cord. There we go.
There you
Thank you.
go. There you go. Man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I got that all on my own.
Yeah, you
No,
said
but
umbrella.
I
The umbrella cord.
No, but I seriously think that I mean the baby does know it gets nutrients.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, but doesn't have the time you're like shoving food down the baby's mouth. Like, have you ever seen like a parent take care of their kid? They're like, you didn't eat enough. Like, you have more. They just physically like take their two
See,
fingers. And, like,
you just had a weird childhood, buddy.
No, you've never seen a parent take care of a kid,
Look,
like a baby, like a
babies,
0-year-old.
the baby does not have teeth, right? It needs soft food, right?
Or milk.
Or milk.
What type of milk?
What?
2%?
3% actually.
5%?
Whole milk.
Raw milk. No, get back. We gotta get back on topic. I'm sorry.
No, of course they have instinct. I
don't.
100% believe.
How long is this thing been going on? Can we look this up now?
Hold on.
I feel like we're going in circles now. We should look it up. Do humans have instinct?
Ooh, I mean, it doesn't show me how long we've been going for, but
All right. Do humans have instinct? Sigmund Freud considered that the mental images of bodily needs expressed in form is called instinct. Psychologist Abraham Marceau argued humans no longer have instinct because we have the ability to override them with certain situations. What are basic instincts of humans? There are only three human needs and they are our basic instinct. They exist through survival and through the generations. All other apparent needs are really mental mechanisms. Are you born with instincts? Babies are born with one thing, an instinct to survive. Born help. So their instinct is overridden by the fact that they have nothing. Their arms can't move, their legs can hardly move. Babies can make their distress known to others, but those won't necessarily respond to what the baby needs.
all right. So all I'm
So
hearing here is that I'm right.
ah,
What do you mean? Ah,
I don't know. The instinct to survive and then not able to use anything else.
hold
I
on, hold
would
on.
consider that a very
Wait,
useful instinct.
it might not be a
Pretty
useful
strong.
instinct. We were arguing whether the instinct was useful. We were arguing whether humans have it.
But is survival an instinct?
Yes.
I don't.
That's the whole reason why you and I are here, because the human race had an instinct to survive. If survival was not an instinct, then it wouldn't matter. We wouldn't care about disease. We wouldn't care about anything that threatens our life. We would only be running out there until we all died to the natural,
But don't some
order of
people
the
kill
world.
themselves?
What?
Yeah, people kill themselves.
Yeah, but see,
You ever heard of suicide?
yeah,
You know
but
what suicide is? Okay, so if if we were always instinctually like trying to survive, why would people kill themselves?
I never made that argument.
You just said instinct is survival is an instinct.
Yeah, but I
that
never
babies
said.
have.
Well, okay, hold on. First of all,
So
what
we lose
baby is
instinct?
what baby is tying a noose and throwing it over
No,
the light?
15-year-olds are tying a noose. They got
Right.
bullied online and they don't know how to turn off their fucking computer. That's those are who kills them.
Right, but we come back to the
So
small
we come back
portion
to
because
instincts.
that's not the majority of humans, right? That's not. The majority of humans are not committing suicide.
I know, but people do.
People do, but just because
Okay,
it's the
so
tiny
they
percentage.
override their instinct.
Okay, hold on. Here, let me propose
You
it to you
can't
this way.
the idea of instinct is that you can't override it, right?
No, the idea and definition of instinct is typically fixed pattern of behavior. It says nothing about overriding instinct.
And response to certain stimuli.
Yeah.
So wouldn't the stimuli of almost dying make you not want to die? But some people do just die. They just fucking
Wait.
kill themselves.
The stimulate
I
of almost
stand up.
dying.
Okay. I have the instinct to survive in me. Let's say, hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
I stand up on the top of a 90-story building.
Yeah.
Right, and I look down. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then my body goes, "Wow, we're really high up," and then I just throw myself off the top of it. Right.
Yeah.
Where in that was the stimuli saying, "Don't fucking jump"?
No, see here, I'll propose to you something counter because first of all, I think to a certain extent, people do have that little voice in the back of their head that says don't jump because that's why so many people take so long to commit suicide. It's a sad fact, but you constantly see
Fucking
all
pussies, so
all
don't
the
do it,
time,
don't.
all the time, people standing over
That's some
cliffs
therapy.
and standing over buildings, 30 minutes to an hour, where they're just contemplating whether they should jump or not. Okay, first of all. Secondly, I would argue that the instinct, a better example of instinct to survive, right? Because I think the human mind is powerful. I think we have control over our bodies.
But we only use
right?
9% of it. You ever seen that movie?
I did.
Morgan Freeman told me that.
No, so I think you can easily see the instinct to survive if you've seen when people let's go back to the noose, right? They tie a noose around their neck.
Let's go back to the news.
They
climb up.
they hang themselves. What happens
What a
as
pussy
their
way to kill
body
yourself, by the way.
what happens as their body is being choked? They instinctively start to squirm. Why? Because that's their need or their body trying to survive, right? They
Or
they
maybe
start squirming
it's
and
just
they try and
the nerves being strained, and so the entire body's to spasm.
I don't I don't know.
Because you're losing connection to the brain,
I mean,
right?
you're
Isn't
yeah.
that the point of the noose? Is to snap your neck or to choke you until you die,
I thought it
right?
was always to choke you. I don't know if it's to
No,
snap
no.
your neck.
Why'd they drop? So you ever seen like a gallows, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know why you kick the chair out from under you, right? So you drop, right? And when you drop, that jerk breaks your neck. That's the entire point of the noose.
Mm.
It's an attack. It either snaps your neck, and if it doesn't kill you right away, it chokes you to death. Those are the two options that you got,
Right,
right?
but if you're still being choked, right? Even if we just go back to the
Let's say you
argument of
fuck it
you
up. Let's
being
say you're an idiot and you probably should kill yourself if you can't even tie a noose and choke yourself out properly.
you're getting
Then
choked, you
okay,
squirm. Your body instinctively squirms.
yeah, but wouldn't that be because that, like, let's see, okay, so you're squirming, right?
Yep.
Wouldn't that be your brain is losing connection to the rest of your body,
Yep.
right? That is why you die. Is your brain no longer has circulation of blood and air, right? Wouldn't that be sending weird
Okay, hold
signals
on.
to the rest of the body?
Wouldn't that be sending weird signals? I don't think so.
That's not instinct. That is just a like chemical reaction because your body is not getting the signals it needs to perform, so it just starts doing, jittering motions.
I don't necessarily think so. Because isn't there that whole thing where you survive I for something like 10 minutes without oxygen?
Yeah, but it doesn't have connection to the rest of the body.
Right,
Is
but I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying.
I don't think if someone's
Just because your
choking
brain can
you.
survive on its own.
No, but it's not like if someone's choking you, they automatically take out your connection to the rest of the body. It's never been like that. They just cut
Have you
out
ever
your
tried to? Okay,
airwaves.
okay. I know that people like you're like wrestle with someone, Parker, and they
Yeah,
start choking you out, right?
yeah.
How strong are your fingers when they're choking you out? You cannot grab them as hard as you can when you're not being choked out, right? It
Right, but that's
saps the
because you're
strength out of
not
you,
you're
right?
not getting air to the muscles.
Oh my god! So it's almost like your brain's not getting air too.
What?
Yeah. So your brain's not getting air. I
But
wouldn't
I
say
never
spazzing out is
argued.
an
I
instinct.
never argued that the
Spazzing out
brain
is
wasn't.
not an instinct.
Yeah, I'm not
When I'm
saying.
getting
Hold
choked
on,
out,
hold on, hold on, hold on.
no,
No,
your
your
argument hit.
your argument is that you're not as strong whenever you're trying to. Your fingers aren't as strong whenever you're
No,
getting choked out.
my main argument
Yeah.
is that spazzing out is not an instinct. It is simply your brain not being able to connect to the rest of the body
When someone's
effectively.
choking you, when someone's
Okay.
choking you, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when someone's choking you?
Fuck, I'm being choked.
There you go. And what is, hold on, what is your reaction to that?
Don't do that
Right?
because
So, on this line of logic, what does your body do? In that split
fucking
second.
nothing sometimes.
What?
Yeah, sometimes you just shut down.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who choked you and you were like, "All right, I'm done." And just you cut out.
Or like,
Like you
what if you just
What?
like aren't you
No,
dying?
the
Right?
first thing
Choking is
that
as
happens
close as you can get to dying,
the first thing
right?
that happens whenever someone is choking you is shit, I've got to get this person off of me. Start clawing at their, you start clawing at their, arm. You start trying to
Mm-hmm.
get them off, right? It's not because you're sitting there contemplating the idea that
You
you're
ever know
going to
people like to be choked?
what?
There's
Yeah, but
wait,
nobody,
what?
what? No, nobody. Okay, first of all,
People like to be choked till they're passed out, right? Till they're completely unconscious. People are into that. I know that for a fact. All right.
yeah.
So why? So what the fuck is wrong with them? You know what I mean? That's not an
Yeah,
instinct.
but okay, here I'll propose a different question to you. The last statistic was like something like 1.3% of the population is transgender, right? Right?
All
Just
right.
because there's 1.3% of the human population transgender, does that mean that no one has a gender? Does that mean that
Gender isn't an instinct, though.
No, I'm
Gender is
making the
hard
case.
coded into your
No,
body.
I'm making
The
the
only reason
case.
people become transgender is either for clout or because they got something seriously wrong in their fucking head,
I'm making the
and,
case.
and and that makes them feel
I'm
better when they
making the
do that. And
case that
go for
just
them.
because some like it doesn't mean that the rest, right, do not have this instinct, right? Some people are weird.
It's not an
Some people
instinct to turn into a boy.
What?
You're
No,
not.
I'm
You
making the
you.
you're okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm making the comparison that you're saying because there are some who like being choked, that the rest of the people are just acting in a really kind of, weird spasm whenever they're trying to not be choked, right? Just because some like it means that all people must. You are taking the small
No, I'm
minority
saying
of
because I'm
people.
taking. I'm saying.
Yeah,
Right. This
yeah,
is what I'm saying.
yeah,
I'm saying that if since there are people who like to be choked,
yeah.
the reaction to being choked is not a universal instinct. It's
I
not
never
an
said
instinct
it
at
was a
all. It is
universal
simply a
instinct.
reaction to you being choked. It differs from person to person. That does not make it an instinct. That simply makes it a reaction.
Wait. Hold on. No, okay. First of all, I never argued that
Certain
instincts
people's
were
reaction to being choked is different than others being than others,
right, but I
right?
would argue that
So
the
it is
certain
not instinct.
no, I would argue that the majority of people do not like to be choked, which would
Yeah,
make it an instinct because if
but
the
it also the
majority,
reaction differs from person to person. There was
what,
a fucking girl in my class today. Here, I got.
right? But you see
We
what I'm
talk. Wait, let
saying
me
here,
let me tell
right?
the story. Let me.
Oh
Hey,
my god.
I got. All right. So there was a girl in my class today.
Yeah.
She told me, right? We were sitting arguing, and we're arguing. What would you do if someone punched you in the face? And I would go, I'd probably defend myself or try to punch them back, right? A pretty
Hmm.
obvious answer. She would go, I would ask them why. And I go, why the fuck would you do that? That's such a stupid thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, mine, what comes naturally to me, I'm not going to say the word because you're going to use it against me. What
Ah.
comes naturally to me if I get punched in the face is to
Mhm.
defend myself.
Mhm.
But her natural thing to her is I would ask them why.
All right.
So
So
why does that happen?
hmm?
Do you think a human can override their own instinct? And so then why is that an instinct? It's not an instinct, it's simply a reaction.
Do you think that whenever you're playing hypotheticals here, that that would happen in real life? Do you think that whenever you have these conversations, like I don't believe for 1 second that if someone punched that girl in the face, her first instinctive reaction would not be to hit back, defend herself, or run away. I do not believe at all that her first instinctive reaction after being punched in the face is why. Okay? I
I don't
think
know.
I think that that is just something that she was blowing out of her ass because she wants to seem like a better human being. No, I think that the idea that some people do like being choked means that all people have a different reaction is completely absurd. I think the majority human race's reaction to being choked is my body is going to fight for its life to survive, which is an instinct, to get this person off of me so that way I am no longer being choked. I think there are a small minority of people who don't have that same instinct for, let's say, being choked, but I think the majority of humans do, which would make it an instinct. Just because some birds do not build nests does not mean
All
that all
birds build
birds.
nests. All
What?
birds build nests. What bird doesn't build a nest?
I don't know, like a fucking duck?
Ducks build nests. Where do they lay their eggs,
I
Parker?
have no
They
idea.
just, do they just throw them all around the forest and be
I
like,
can
oh,
guarantee.
my
Hold on.
children?
I can guarantee you that
Let's look that up right now. All right.
we can find
What bird does not build a nest? All right. There's just the dick cuckoo bird,
Yeah.
which puts it in other people's nests. All right, those are the other.
Yeah, okay,
That's
so
the
by your
asshole of the
hold
third
on.
level.
By your own argument then, because these birds do not build nests, all the other birds have different reactions
Well,
to
no, they do
building.
kinda. All right, they just put it in other people's nests that they built. That's what they do. They instinctually put it in other people's nests.
And
They
these
never
people
do. They
instinctually
never.
pass
They
out after being
it does not vary.
What?
It does the cuckoo birds what the cuckoo bird does
Hmm.
with their eggs does not vary from cuckoo bird to cuckoo bird. Is what I'm arguing, right? You can't say some cuckoo birds do this, but other times they do this. No, it's 100% of the time they do not build nests. 100% of the time they hide it in other people's nests.
Okay, first of all, I would argue that their population size is much smaller than the human population size.
That's
Much, much
but
smaller.
that's not an argument. You can't make an argument on the size of the population. So you're saying that I'm
If
getting heated
here,
right now, Parker.
hold on.
I'm getting heated
If
right now.
if there are more populations, there would be more mutations in the population, correct?
Are they I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I can agree
Therefore,
with
it
that.
could change, a mutation could change the nature of an instinct. Because the human population size, I would argue that because the human population size is so big, and we've gone down, we've had people living all over the globe, right, and have adapted in different ways. I think that there's not a universal instinct to humanity, but I think humans do have instincts. Just
All right.
because it's not universal to the species
Let's
doesn't
talk about a
mean that.
population that far outnumbers the population. Let's talk about rats
Yeah.
or mice. All right.
Okay.
Mice. I don't know the instincts of mice. Never mind. I can't make an argument. But mice, I assume, have universal instinct, right? Every single mice is a fucking mouse, right? Every single mouse will do the same thing as its brother, right?
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
How so? They've shown that once you castrate a male mouse, it
What?
will.
What? What? Do you,
Hold
what?
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. It changes the instinct of the breeding behavior.
I fucking wonder.
Huh?
Wait. Does this happen 100% of the time?
What? No.
Does
No,
when you
no, no.
castrate a male mouse, does the instinct does it change 100% of the time?
I mean, I would assume so.
Okay. So how does it change? Continue.
What? They take the female's position in sex rather than the
Good.
male's position, right?
Because you're not a male anymore. You lose your penis. You're not a guy. I'm sorry, man.
So I would argue that their instinct towards sex has changed from their other brother
I
brother
know, but
mouses.
but at 100% of the time they take the female position,
What?
right?
I mean, I would
100% of the
assume
time.
so, yeah.
Okay, so that instinctually, without a doubt, always will happen. If a mouse is castrated, it will always become a female member of sex,
It will
right?
perform
Take
as a
the female
female rat
position. Yes.
or a
Okay.
female mouse, yeah.
So 100% of the time this happens without any variation. That's instinct. I can agree that's instinct.
Right, and humans eat 100% of the time.
Some people fucking don't eat, Parker.
They may fast, eventually they eat, or they die. And normally they eat.
Normally, though, I'm saying my argument. I'm
Yeah.
gonna finish it off
All right,
here.
all right.
Right? Is that because humans are so different, right? And that they're 50% of the time, 99%. We'll do like a 95% of people don't like being choked out, and that small amount of people that do, they're like insects. They like to be choked, right? Or
Mhm.
just weird. I don't know. Because there's that fringe, it is not an instinct, simply a reaction. That's my closing argument.
All right.
Give me your closing argument.
All right. My closing argument, I have never argued throughout, or I at least I don't believe I have been arguing throughout this little idea
So you're just gonna
that
come up with a new argument at the
what?
very
No,
end, so
no,
I
no,
can't.
no, no, no. Hear me out.
All right.
That the instinct was completely universal to the human race. I think that humans do have instincts. I don't think that it's going to, and I don't think an instinct, for it to be an instinct, needs to apply to 100% of the population. I think the majority of humans have the instinct to survive. I think that is an instinct. I think the majority of humans, I would even argue that all humans have the majority to eat, sleep, instinct to eat, sleep, and defecate. So I definitely
I
think
don't think
that
that's an
humans,
instinct. I think that's just a bodily reaction to defecate.
I think that uh, there is human instinct. I don't think it applies to 100% of the population.
All right, you're getting me getting bored. All right. So this was the first "Shut Up, I'm Right" podcast. How do you think it went, Parker?
You know what? I think it was pretty interesting. I want everyone
You
to
talked about
know out there that this is supposed to be or is a comedy podcast. So whatever we say here, do not come back and assume that we were
it's not
100%
factual.
serious here.
Yeah. Also, it's not factual at all. We have no idea
No,
what we're
we
talking
have
about,
no idea what we're talking about. We're never gonna have an idea of what we're
and we're
talking about.
never plan on having an idea what we're talking about.
If you want to subscribe for more of this.
Hit
Uh,
that like button. Subscribe. Ugh.
you can
Follow us
join.
on Patreon. It hasn't been set up yet.
You can
So
join the Discord channel. We will eventually be inputting our viewers who are on the Discord channel into the live broadcast, where you can give us your own take on what's going on.
also feel free to submit to us questions for us to argue about.
Yeah, yeah, on Twitters and
Um,
on YouTube. We will be trying to do this live broadcast probably
our
around the
next
same
our
time.
our our next broadcast, I think we're going to be talking about what would win, a T-Rex with long arms or
Ah,
a three-headed
the
Yeti,
classic
and
debate.
is there a base on the moon, and will there ever be a base on the moon?
All
So
right,
those are I think those are two good, solid ones submitted to us.
sounds good.
So yes. Also, we're gonna start a poll. I'm gonna create a poll of the T Rex versus the three-headed Yeti. We're gonna see
We're
what
gonna
everybody else says.
we're gonna see.
Uh
Okay.
huh. Because I personally think the Yeti would win.
I don't know.
All
I don't
right,
know. We'll have to we might get some
but we're
guests
not.
on
Let's
here.
not go in. Ooh,
We
we
might
just might have to do that.
we might just have to get a guest.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for watching, and yeah. All right.
See you next
End it.
time.
See you. See you next time.